Live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Tuesday baseball on the show. It's the Houston Astros going up against the New York Yankees. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Okay, all set to go. Here's Kyle Tucker.
The right fielder, number 30. Kyle Tucker.
The wind of the pitch. Fought off foul. And now the lefty to third. And foul ball. The pitch.
Ball.
Struck him out looking. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. And a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Backed off the plate that time. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting third.
2 outs, base is empty. Yordan Alvarez up next for the Astros. Strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This one lifted in the air, left field. That one gets down for a hit. Around first, heading for 2. The throw in, and he'll make it safely. That's a double.
Batting fourth.
Jose Altuve up to hit here.
Well, there's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs.
Oh yeah.
Back now in the Bronx. Now here is Anthony Volpe.
The shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
Next offering.
Hi and welcome.
Swing and blast one down the line. It's gone if it's fair.
Oh!
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but doesn't fool the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Here's the 2-2. And down on strikes. One gone here.
Batting second.
Want Soto down.
Come on, Soto.
Base is empty.
Soto.
Line drive. Adam in center field. Here comes Aaron Judge.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And a base hit into left field. That'll play. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Check that. He'll stop at first with a single after putting on the brakes.
He's been swinging it really well lately. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate. Next offering is foul back. The pitch. Ripped into right center, and that should be extra bases. Around third. He'll score easily, and it's 1-0.
Everything came together for him. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. Just off the outside edge. And it's 2-1.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
And it's second. Fouls one off. 2-2. Righty to the plate. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Two outs. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And another ball. And a pitch. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. That'll fire up the dugout. His 12th of the season, and they add on. It's 3-0.
Well, he did a really nice job of letting that ball travel. Wasn't too quick. He kept the shoulder square to home plate, which allows you to drive the ball to the opposite field with power. We see the power and the authority, and fortunately, he was lucky enough to keep it fair.
The line to kick the pitch. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back for more from the Bronx. Top of the second, and stepping in for the Astros, Chas McCormick. And a pitch.
They're off to a great start, 3-run lead after their first inning, but so important to be airtight defensively. Don't give away extra outs and allow that other club to get back in this ballgame.
Verdugo makes the grab, one down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground to the left, and it finds its way through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
All over that one right there. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Here's Mauricio Dubon. And he deals. That one just misses.
It's a good take.
Sets him down looking. Buckled him with the backdoor breaking ball for strike 3. And at first, Jose Abreu up to hit. The Yanks leading by 3 here at the top of the second. Caught him looking for the K. And we're back. Now it's the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
The second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Right through there for a strike. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff at the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Bro, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Alvarez puts it away for the out. Out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Oswaldo Cabrera, the next to hit. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top half of the third inning. And here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. Up the middle. A dive. Nice stop. Back to the top of the lineup. And now the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. Tucker, who's been an all-star and a Gold Glover. Here comes a pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. At the belt and fires. That misses. And that's ball 2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. So up next, Jeremy Pena. Yankees up by 3. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And delivers outside. On a line, base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Handled that down and in breaking ball very well. Saw the break early coming from the other side and just let it get deep enough and drop the barrel on it at the very last moment.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Fouls it off, still 1-2. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. On the ground, right side. Gets to it with a slide. Torres fires over to first. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Back in the Bronx, bottom of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. Line and pitch. And a foul ball. The wind of the pitch. And there's a fly ball deep right field. And in one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw is offline. He's got a leadoff double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands.
Runner takes off for third. Pitch in for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Here's a 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Runner at third, nobody out. Here in the last half of the third. Look out! And it hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. The 3-1. There's a swing and a drive. That's worth the price of admission. His 11th of the year. It's 6-0. Astros go to the pen, and here comes Lance McCullers Jr.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game. With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Wouldn't chase that time. Next pitch off the plate, and the count's full.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And he grounds one to the right side. Slings to first. Rizzo out of the play.
Now batting.
Here's Stanton
The
now.
designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
One down, base is empty. That one drilled left field. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 7-0.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Here's Alex Verdugo. McCullers winds, fires. Line drive, snags it for the second out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
1 strike.
Big swing and a miss.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
And another ball. Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
A rope into right, and that's a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Now batting, third baseman,
Oswaldo Cabrera stepping in now for the Yankees. Here's a 2-1. In the air, left field, down the line. Alvarez makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Here at new Yankee Stadium in the Bronx as we go to the top of the 4th. And stepping in for the Astros, Chas McCormick.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And now it's Alex Bregman.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt a shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Bottom 4, here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Anthony Volpe. Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game, and you know, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan, and he said to me, "Hey kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit."
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's Juan Soto. One down, base is empty. Puts it in the air out towards left center. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. 2 down.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me and said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
Now Tuve handles it, throws to first, and the Yanks go quietly. Back at Yankee Stadium, we go to the top of the 5th, and stepping in for the Astros, Jose Abreu. Kicks and fires.
That's ball 3.
Well, these Astros just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
And he went around. That's ruled a swing. Outside, and that is ball 4.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter. But he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
Got him swinging. So the Houston lineup turns over. Kyle Tucker up next for the Astros. Next pitch is inside. 2-1. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Quickly to second for 1. But safe at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
The pitch. That one fouled off. 2-2. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that should be extra bases. Tucker coming home. He scores. It's 7-1.
Well done. Drives in the run. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect.
And now this is down for a base hit. Here's the throw to the plate. And he's in there. A run comes in the play.
Comes through with the RBI. It's amazing to me that he was able to put the barrel on that one. I mean, that pitch was pretty well outside, but great extension and bat control through the zone allowed him to drive it the other way. That was pretty impressive.
Ripped on a line. That's a fair ball down the right field line. Alvarez around second. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double. Second and third now.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And now, Chas McCormick. Hard ground ball, base knock. One run across. Fires it to the plate. He's in there.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's 7-5.
Back-to-back singles. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
And now Mauricio Dubon. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Fly ball down the line. Verdugo ranging after it. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Back now in the Bronx, and here's the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
The first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And makes the grab. And there's one down. And here is Giancarlo Stanton.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those loop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Hauls it in for the out. 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Alex Verdugo stepping in now for the Yankees. 2 down, nobody on. Foul ball there.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And now the count filled up 3-2. To the right side. He steps on the bag. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Back here in New York, digging in, Jose Abreu. The wind of the pitch. Got him looking. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. Here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. 1 down, base is empty. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The pitch. And there's a base hit.
That was a pretty good pitch. Breaking ball down and in, but when it's breaking in towards you, you have a lot of time.
Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, Victor Gonzalez.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
With the tying run at the plate, you're in game 1 of this 3-game set. And it's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. Volpe. Good feed. That's 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
For the Yankees, the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Ball.
You know, these Yankees, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
On to first. And Gleyber Torres retired.
The catcher,
Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he's there with a double.
A couple of hits in a row for him here at 110 miles per hour on the exit velo. That thing was screaming, and that's some serious bat speed to generate contact like that, and no doubt a higher launch angle sends that thing out of here easily.
And the pitch.
2 balls.
In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Man at second. That's whipped, and this one could be extra bases. Around third. He'll score easily, and they lead by 3. Oh, he throws it away.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Kicks and deals. The punch out there. That's the second out. And now it's Juan Soto.
Right fielder.
Soto's batting stance oozes with personality. It's one of the most recognizable in the game, Boo.
Man on second, 2 down. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Around third. Now a long throw home. It's off the mark and he scores.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more like
A new arm into the game. The righty, Jose Urquidy.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Aaron Judge at the plate. McCormick has it sized up. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that'll do it. So digging in, Jeremy Pena. The Astros in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. Here's Yordan Alvarez. Just off the outside edge. And it's 2-1. Got him looking. 2 up, 2 down. So next up for Houston, Jose Altuve. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. That one missed. 2 outs, base is empty. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. He goes down looking. Back at Yankee Stadium, set for the last half of the 7th. And here is Anthony Rizzo. Right-hander kicks, deals. Hit hard, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. And the righty deals. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. A gigantic blast. That's his 3rd home run of the game. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 11-5.
He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. A 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
At the plate, Alex Verdugo. The Yankees up big in this one. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Smoked on the ground a second. The throw to first, and one away in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Gleyber Torres.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Hard hit left side. Zips it across, and Gleyber Torres retired. 2 outs, base is empty. And here is Austin Wells. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Pretty good spot, hard and inside. That's a perfect example of keeping your hands inside the ball, tight to the body. The ability to take that back up the middle shows his approach is.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. Back in the Bronx, and now Chas McCormick.
The center fielder, Chas McCormick.
Gonzalez deals. And that one fouled off. Strike 3, got him with the backdoor breaking ball. Here's Alex Bregman. And here it comes. And another ball. The Astros with a lot of ground to make up. And we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Now he steps off to reset. Hit hard on the ground is short. Gets it to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. 2 outs, base is empty. Mauricio Dubon will hit next. And now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just missed. Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Bottom of the 8th. And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe.
The shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
And a bunt towards third. Bregman fires to first on the run. And the bunt doesn't work out. Juan Soto stepping in now for the Yankees. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or can be bunted right back at a position player.
Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
He was all over that one. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Right through there for a strike. In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. There's a high chopper. Altuve handles it. Throws to first in time. Judge out on the play. Now here is Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo.
2 outs. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. In comes the run from third. 12-5 is our score.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Couldn't get any air under it, but he's...
So a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Astros, Rafael Montero.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Runner at first with 2 away. Giancarlo Stanton stepping in now for the Yankees. Ball to strike. And another ball. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. So 2 on with 2 away. And up next for New York, Alex Verdugo. That misses. 2 balls and a strike.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
2 on, 2 outs. Out into left center for a line drive base hit. Rizzo on his horse around third. He goes into second as a run scores.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Gathers and throws to first. And Gleyber Torres retired. They limit the new inning getting started, and stepping in for the Astros, Ian Hamilton will take over here.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. The pitch. On the ground. Torres handles. In there safely. So man aboard. And next to hit for Houston, Yainer Diaz. And the pitch is in for a strike. And a count 1-2. And there's a ball.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Yeah, there's ball 4. So the lineup flips over. Now it's the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. Righty delivers. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Right-handed reliever. Got him. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. So up next, Jeremy Pena. He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Judge pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. So they're down to their final out. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. This one blasted the other way, down the line, and it's a foul ball.
He dropped the ball right there and was able to get through that fastball just a little bit late. Otherwise, it stays fair. I think if the top hand is a little straight.
Got it. And that'll do it.
Well, a big win by 8 runs, and when you have that kind of lead, do you make it easier for the pitching staff to come out, make their pitches, pitch to contact, and not worry about giving up the lead? So nice job today all the way around to get the W.
And the final here today, 13-5. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambu. Thanks for joining us.
Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 29 minutes. Thank you for joining us.
Live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, we bring you Wednesday Night Baseball on the show. It's the Houston Astros taking on the New York Yankees. All right, we'll be back together. All right, ready to go here. And now the right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
The right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
Left-hand batter waits. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Corey Jones up next for the Astros. Got the back going too soon, and strike 2. And there's a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
That is third. The left fielder, number 14.
Here's Jordan Alvarez.
Here's a guy at the plate. I'm expecting to have a good game. He always seems to play better in road games.
Roll to short, possible 2-ball. On to second, they get one. On to Rizzo at first, and they get the double play. Jose Altuve up to hit here.
Well, that's what you hope for if you're out there on the mound. First and second, nobody out. Somehow get a ground ball. He got it right there. Nice double play by the infield.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Tosses across the first, and that is that. And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
That pitch is outside. Ground ball right side, and that squirts through. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He needed out. It's been a tough stretch to play lately. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice.
Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. Save at second, and he easily steals the bag. Volpe at second with nobody out. Bounced out to short. Tries to get back and save. Here is Aaron Judge. He's a guy who does it all with the lack of contact in today's game. This guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too. On its way to the corner, Tucker really on his horse for it. Tries to make the play, but it's foul.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
That one is absolutely belted. He powers that one out of here. His second home run of the series, and now they're out front. It's 3-0.
It's like he's playing whipperball up there. That's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. The 1-2. Just misses with that one.
It's a good take.
Ouch, that one drilled him. And they get the out after the ricochet. Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate.
This is all about situational hitting. It's crucial in this spot. Do whatever it takes to put the ball in play, and hopefully you find a gap in the defense.
Hit hard, should be extra bases. In to score is the runner from third, and they lead by 4. And into second with one away. That's a double.
Everything came together for him. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
One out, runner at second. Now it's the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
And the right-hander deals. On the ground, out to short. Over to Abreu. And Gleyber Torres retired.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. That one finds the zone, and it's 1-2.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. McCormick going back on this one. Hauls it in on the warning track. Back for more from the Bronx. All set for the start of the inning. And now here is Alex Bregman. tripped. Base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
All over that one right there. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
Vic Caratini at the plate. Struck him out looking. Fastball to letters froze him for strike 3. Jose Abreu up to hit. And he deals. That one hit to right. Soto gets under it. Makes the catch. Man at first. Chas McCormick up next for the Astros. 2 outs. Foul ball. Pitch. And he'll do it again. And a pitch. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And a pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, bottom half of inning number 2. John Birdie at the plate. That one at 95, missed up top, and a count 2-1. Up the middle. Whips it to first on the run. Low throw, and he can't dig it out.
The batter, number 11.
And now the shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Ball to strike. The pitch. Birdie runs. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Verlander checks the runner. Birdie back in on a dive. Birdie leads off second with nobody out. Runner goes again. Strike in there. The throw, tag, and he's out. And now it's 3-2. Ripped on the ground to second. Altuve slings to first. And there are 2 outs. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Juan Soto. 2 outs, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. On the ground, right side. Over to Abreu. They get the out on Soto. That ends the inning. And we're back on to the 3rd inning. And now it's going to be Jeremy Pena. The line to kick the pitch. And a foul ball. And a pitch. Stays alive. Here comes a pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Kicks and fires. Out towards right center field. Sizing this one up. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Back to the top of the lineup. So next up for Houston, Kyle Tucker.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Judge hauls it in, 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. And next is the designated hitter, Corey Julks. 2 down, nobody on. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Just outside. And now 3-2. Ground ball, Rizzo picks it up. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back at Yankee Stadium, here's a big power threat. Aaron Judge.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one. You know, these Yankees doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. It's tough to remember the times they've actually swung and missed at a pitch because it really hasn't happened.
The throw into second.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. Nice job going the opposite way with it. Letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
McCormick makes the catch, and there's one away. So a man aboard. Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. Here's a 1-1. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And they take care of Stanton for the out. 2 away. Oh, the throw is wild. Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees. Judge leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And it finds its way through for a hit. Lead runner around second. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away. Here is Gleyber Torres. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Dives. What a play. Back in New York, start of the 4th, and stepping in for the Astros, Yordan Alvarez. The wind and the pitch.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve.
The second
base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Back up the middle and a base hit.
You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
1-2 here. And a base hit up the middle. Lead runner makes the turn at second to third, and he's out. And at first, Victor Caratini up next for the Astros. The pitch.
Oh. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Bregman, the runner at first with 2 gone. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. And another ball.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Now back. The first baseman.
And next to hit for Houston, Jose Abreu. Here's a 1-1.
Oh.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Righty to the plate. Fights it off. He'll see another.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
That's out number 3. welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the fourth, and stepping in for the Yankees, Austin Wells. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
In the air, center field. McCormick brings it in. 1 up, 1 down. John Birdie stepping in now for the Yankees. 1 out, bases empty. Now a drag bunt, third base side. And he picks it up and he'll put it in his pocket. Bounce to the left side. And it goes just foul. The pitch. That one misses. It's 2-2.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. And next for New York, Anthony Volpe. Ripped to short. Rolls across the diamond. Inning over. Back now in the Bronx. Ready now for the 5th inning. And the batter now, Chas McCormick. Next offering in there for a strike. And that is strike 2. Inside, just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Here's a 2-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The 2-2 on the way. Gets a piece and stays alive. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The wind of the pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Kicks and deals. Caught and missed. Struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And the batter will be the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. On the corner at the knees for a strike.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
One down, base is empty. Right side, hard hit. And the first 2 set down to the top of the 5th. So the batting order turns over. Now it's the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. The wind of the pitch. The swing and a soft liner. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Down the number 2 hitter, Juan Soto.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. That shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
Aaron Judge at the dish now. He homered earlier in this one, Sidney, which isn't much of a surprise.
No, not at all, Boog. This is the same guy who homered in his first at-bat in the majors and did it again the next day. He's just unreal.
He's got it. There's 2 away.
Nice swing and good solid contact. Up on smoke, but needed a little more lift to get into the outfield gap. Maybe a little more backspin.
And the pitch. Bounce to the right side, and it gets by him. And that extends the inning.
There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield.
Now on the bump, Jose Urquidy. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. And here is Giancarlo Stanton. Hard ground ball, base knock. Rizzo around second, headed for third. And he's got a double.
Back-to-back base hits. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
This one chopped to first, and he grabs it foul. The pitch. Fly ball pretty well struck right field. Tucker going back. It bangs off the wall. The run comes in from second. It's 6-0. The relay. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. Back at Yankee Stadium. And now Corey Julks. That one ripped. That's down. One hops off the wall. Round second, digging for third. And he's got a leadoff triple.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Absolutely smoked the baseball. It just jumped off the lumber. And when you're able to find a gap like that, Boog, you're even looking for a triple.
Next pitch misses. 3-1.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
There's a swing and a drive. And that one's gone. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they close the gap. It's 6-2.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Jose Altuve. And here it comes. And a big swing and a miss.
1-2.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop. Throws from his knees. On the money. Nice play.
Great reaction there to get to the baseball, secure it, and then no time to get up and throw. Throws from one knee. That's a guy that's got a lot of confidence in his arm strength and accuracy.
Now it's Alex Bregman. One down, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Righty delivers. Hit hard. That gets through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Now it's going to be Victor Caratini. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And the righty deals. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. At the belt and fires. Hacks and misses. And at first, Jose Abreu now at the plate. The Yanks leading by 4 here in the second game of the series. And it way out front of the slur. Bottom of the 6th inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Gleyber Torres. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Bregman to first. And Gleyber Torres retired. And now the catcher comes up to him. Austin Wells. Right back to him on the mound. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down. John Birdie stepping in now for the Yankees. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Out to short. Now the throw to first on the run. They get the out, and that'll do it. We go to the top of the 7th. Stepping in, Chas McCormick. And now time is called as we'll get a visit to the mound. Two relievers just got up to throw out there in the bullpen. The 2-2. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And the right-hander deals. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Line drive, come on.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Now it's the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. And a swing and a miss. On the ground to third, and it's through for a hit, and that turns the lineup over.
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control. And it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Here's Kyle Tucker. Right through there for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The Astros down by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. That misses the zone. 2-2.
2-2.
Wouldn't chase that time.
Strike.
The pitch. Hard hit right side. Glove flip for 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Back here in New York, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Anthony Volpe. Out there to center. McCormick makes the grab, 1 away. And now the right fielder, Juan Soto. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates.
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. A massive home run. It's 7-2. It's Aaron Judge now. One down, base is empty. Hammered, base hit.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
And here is Anthony Rizzo. Clobbered to right field, way back, gone. It's their second home run of the inning, and they tack on to their lead. It's 9-2.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient and waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Lance McCullers Jr. on the pitch here.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Up the middle, and he knocks it down. And they get the out after the ricochet. 2 outs, base is empty. Trent Grisham getting ready to hit. Swing and a ground ball off the middle. That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Now batting.
Gleyber Torres up to the plate. Right-hander kicks, deals. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Alvarez grabs it on the run. Ready to begin the 8th. Now here's the Astros designated hitter, Corey Jones. Jonathan Loaisiga takes over on the mound. He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh. Inside, just missed. Swings through that one for strike 2. And they'll do it again. The 2-2. To the right side, Rizzo. And he handles it himself for the out. So next up for Houston, Yordan Alvarez. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. This one in the air right field. Soto gets under it. They got it for out number 2. And stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Ripped on the ground a second. Throw on to Rizzo. And they get Altuve for the out. Third out, and that ends the frame. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. And he hits a ground ball right side. Altuve handles it. And that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Here's the third baseman, John Birdie. McCullers winds, fires. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. And now the lineup turns over with 1 away.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on.
Birdie runs. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Great jump. And he deals. Runner goes again. Pitching for a strike. Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close. Birdie stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. And a pitch. And the slider just misses.
He missed the zone, but I don't think he missed his spot. That was a good pitch with 2 strikes.
Stays alive. And a 3-2. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. McCormick ranging back. And caught on the warning track. Runner tagging and heading for home. He's in on the sacrifice fly. And it's an 8-run lead. Juan Soto stepping in now for the Yankees. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. Lined, and that's a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. The throw in, save. Not in time to get him, and it's first and third with 2 away. 2 gone with runners at the corners. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Anthony Rizzo. Base hit and a run in to score.
That's 3 singles in a row. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything.
New pitcher on now, Seth Martinez.
Things got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count.
Fires over to first. Inning over. Here's Alex Bregman.
The third baseman, Alex Bregman.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of.
He's a strike, man. He's a strike.
So man aboard, and now the switch hitting catcher, Victor Caratini. And it's even up.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
And that just misses. Good job to fight that one off. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk. And now the first baseman, Jose Abreu. Here comes a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Right-handed reliever. And now the count is even. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Hit weakly on the ground. Fires to second for one. Now to first, and it's a double play.
Pretty lengthy at bat right there, and usually the hitter wins that battle after seeing so many pitches, but instead the exact opposite, or maybe even worse than that, grounds into a double play. Tough at bat to swallow.
And that's off the inside edge. And it's 2-1. In the air, out towards left center. He's got it. Ball game. The Yankees slug their way to a win in this one.
Well, when you win by 9 runs, you have plenty of insurance runs. It's a huge confidence boost when you can just put that many runs up on the board. And I'll tell you what, the next game starter is saying, hey, I hope you all save some runs for me. I'm going to get a win as well.
11-2 the final tally. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
The victorious Yankees, 11 runs.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We got a bit of a wet one coming in. And stepping in for the Astros, Kyle Tucker.
The right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. That one down the line. It's through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They've had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Now, Corey Jolks. Off-balance feed, there's one. Over to first, safe. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. Kicks and fires. That one misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Save. Jones over at second, one down. And a pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Man at second. Ground ball up the middle. Sends it to first. And they get the out on Alvarez. Jose Altuve up to hit here.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he just doesn't seem like things are in sync. And the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
And they get Altuve for the out. And that is that. And the batter will be the shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
The shortstop, Anthony.
Line and pitch. On the ground, right side, Altuve. Whips it to first. And a quick out, number one. Juan Soto down.
You know, Greg, as a 20-year-old, this guy hit 2 home runs in the World Series. And the only players younger than Soto to hit World Series home runs are Andrew Jones, Miguel Cabrera, and Mickey Mantle.
Altuve slings to first. And a couple of quick outs. 2 outs, base is empty. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. Ripped into right field, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
He's been swinging it really well lately. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on the line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
A couple of singles back-to-back. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Hard ground ball for a base stop. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He will score and they take the lead. 1-0.
Well, it comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was good. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Line drive. Tucker hauls it in to end the inning. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, second inning set to go. And now it's Alex Bregman. And another ball. And that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting fifth, the first baseman,
Jose Abreu up to hit. And a pitch. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
The Astros trailing by a run here in the third and final game of the series. Got him looked in. And that is a big first out. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. That's way outside. And it's 2-1.
All eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Out to center. He's got it. And there are 2 outs. So first and second with 2 outs. Jake Myers up next for the Astros. Boots it. And everyone's safe. They're loaded. Here's Kyle Tucker.
Keep an eye on this at bat because even though it's early, it could change the outcome of this game. Look for your pitch and attack it.
2 outs. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Bottom of the second. Here comes Gleyber Torres.
The second baseman, Gleyber.
And now the lefty. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one ripped right center field. Goodbye, home run. Gleyber Torres goes yard. And they add to the lead. It's 2-0.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Big stack center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Here's Jose Trevino. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Ball misses. And safe. It's a stolen base.
High leg kick hangs in the air, but he read it nicely, and now in scoring position to add on to this lead.
That misses the zone, and it's 3-2. Outside, and that is ball 4.
You know, Boog, it's been said these guys are savages in the box. You can see it right there with such tight plate discipline.
Back to the top of the lineup. Next to hit, Anthony Volpe. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
The pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. 1-2 now. Runners on the move. Out to short. Finds its way through, base hit. The run comes in from second. It's 3-zip.
Picks himself up in RBI. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you enough.
And now it's Juan Soto. Grounder might be 2. On the run, sent it over to first. Awesome play there. Aaron Judge at the plate.
Now batting, center fielder, Aaron Judge.
Chopper to second. Now Tuve handles it, tosses to first. Out number 2, and another run comes in. Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate.
The first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
There's a line drive to left field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And back in the Bronx, new inning getting started. Leading off, Corey Jones. The line of the pitch. Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Here's Yordan Alvarez. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Pitch misses, and the count is 3-1. Swung on, belted. Judge raging back towards the wall. Grabs it right up against the wall. 2 outs, base is empty. Now at the plate, Jose Altuve. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Back at Yankee Stadium, set for the bottom of the third. Stepping in, a long ball threat, Giancarlo Stanton. And that's downstairs and outside.
You know, these Yankees putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're
drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it's off the wall. Around first, heading for two. The relay throw. Not going to get him. He's in there. So, man aboard. And up next for New York, Trent Grisham. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. In the air to left center. Myers makes the play. Runner tags at second. The relay applies the tag, and they get two. Double play. Here's Gleyber Torres. Here's a 1-1. In the air right field. Brings it in, and that is that. Back in New York as we go to the top of the fourth. Now it's Alex Bregman. 1-1 now. Swinging a foul straight back. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Now here is Jose Abreu. Kicks and deals. That clips the zone, and the count is 2-2. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The pitch. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. On the ground, and a base hit. Coming around third is Abreu. Head for a slide, and he's safe.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Back-to-back singles. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
The 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 2 on, 1 out. 99 miles per hour to finish him off. So the Houston lineup turns over. Kyle Tucker up next for the Astros. Bounce to third. Cabrera. And they put the tag on him. That's the third out, inning over. Back in the Bronx. And now it's switch hitting third baseman Oswaldo Cabrera. This one high in the air to left center. Alvarez heads towards it. 1 away. And here's the catcher, Jose Trevino. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here at the bottom of the fourth. That one ripped left field. And it hits the fence. Around first, digging for 2. Now a relay to second, but he's in there easily.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And here is, oh, what a stop. Fires to first, and that's a great play for the out. Here's Juan Soto.
Soto reached 500 walks faster than anyone in baseball history. This guy is a once-in-a-generation type player.
And it finds its way through for a hit. Fires it to the plate. Now a dive for the tag, and he gets him. set for the start of the inning. So now the Astros designated hitter, Corey Jolts. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Here's the left fielder, Yordan Alvarez. One down, base is empty. That one fouled off. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
Up the middle. To first, it short hops him, but a nice pick for out number 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here comes Aaron Judge. The pitch. Just missed. That one ripped. And that's a base hit.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. You can drive it.
Runner on the go. And that one fouled off. Judge on at first. Nobody out. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Fires to second for 1, and that's 2.
Sometimes double plays get turned so quickly that you don't really get to appreciate all of the finer details and how these guys execute them. Right there, really nice footwork, and a good feed to second was the key to pulling it off.
The line to kick the pitch. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Myers going back on this one, and he brings it into the warning track. And we're back. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's Alex Bregman. Next offering is fouled back. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and the umpires might be forced to make a decision soon.
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, everyone looking and wondering when they're going to stop play. It definitely feels close.
Right side, collected by Torres. Tosses to first. One up, one down. Next to hit, Jose Abreu.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Grisham calls it in, and there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Vic Caratini at the plate. Towards right center. That's well struck. And no one can get there. Around first and hustling for second. And he's in there standing up with a 2-out double.
He was all over that one. He somehow got to that outside pitch and pulled it hard into the outfield. Not exactly what you're supposed to do with that kind of location, but you wouldn't know it by how the ball came off his bat.
Man on second, 2 down. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And the righty deals. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The kick, the 3-2. Stays alive.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little.
That one ripped left field. Tattooed and gone. 3rd home run of the season. It's 4-3.
A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the fresh shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
And the batter now, Jake Myers. Next offering in there for a strike. Going to count 1 and 2. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Goes down looking. Back now for the bottom of the sixth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jose Urquidy.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Leading
You have the left fielder, Trent Grisham.
The left fielder, Grisham.
And that one is lifted in the air, and it falls. And the leadoff man aboard.
Well, as hot hitting continues, he's been getting great results lately. I really like the approach to that swing. That was a good changeup on the corner, but he recognized it early, did get jumpy.
Oh, that drilled him. And they get the out after the ricochet. And next for New York, Oswaldo Cabrera.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Out to short. And that one finds its way through. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
Up next for the Yankees, the catcher.
Here's the catcher, Jose Trevino. Time asked for at the plate, and he gets it. Runners at the corners, one away. Here at the bottom of the sixth. Aaron Boone making a move for a new bat. Austin Wells. One out, runners at the corners for him. 2 on, 1 out. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
He's a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
In the air, out towards right center. Myers on the move. He's got it, and that should get the job done as he tags from third. Oh, the throw is over his head. So the lineup flips over. And now the shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Cabrera off of first with 2 away. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. And here it comes. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Myers under it. Corrals it. And that is that. As expected, we're going into a rain delay, and I have a feeling this is going to be a long break, Singy. It is really coming down as they put the tarp on the infield.
Yeah, I think we kind of saw this one coming, Boog, and it's not going to be a short break either, so guess we go grab some coffee or something, man. Go sneak in a game of the show before play picks back up.
Bring it. Top of inning number 7, and now Kyle Tucker. Swings and misses. 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
Righty to the plate. Up and in. Ball 2. The wind of the pitch. Shoots a line drive single into right center. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Corey Julks up next for the Astros.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you can find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important at getting back into this ballgame. Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your
Victor Gonzalez comes on now.
And he's been fantastic this year. Really stingy in terms of allowing base runners. He's just got great stuff that's tough to square up.
And now Yordan Alvarez. Torres. There's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what it was supposed to do. Got the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Bird.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Torres. There's one. On to Rizzo at first, and they get the double play. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Rafael Montero.
Pretty tight game, so now we're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Montero.
Warning track. Whoa. And you can touch it all, baseball man. His second homer this series, and they add a run. It's 6-3.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Here is Aaron Judge. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. The throw is still in time. He keeps his composure, and they get the out. And here is Anthony Rizzo. Yankees up by 3. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That one is absolutely belted. He circles the bases. Second home run of the inning. It's 7-3.
He dropped the barrel right there. Got a fastball down at the knees where he'd prefer it. So many times now guys are having to adjust to the elevated fastball. So I'm sure his eyes got big when he saw that one coming.
So they bring on the veteran, Kendall Graveman. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Graveman.
Here's Stanton now. And the right-hander deals on the ground, and foul ball. The 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Wouldn't chase that time. 2 runs across in the inning. Here in the third and final game of the series. One down, base is empty. Hammers that one. Curling down the line and foul.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
Fights it off, you'll see another. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. That's smashed towards center. Myers pulls it in on the run. And stepping in for the Yankees, Trent Grisham.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Hard hit, left field, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Everything came together for him. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And that one is lifted in the air. Tucker makes the play. We go to the 8th, and stepping in for the Astros, Alex Bregman. There's a strike, 95 of that one.
2 strikes.
Up the middle, lays out, but he can't squeeze it, and he'll be safe at first. Man at first, and here's the first baseman, Jose Abreu. Next offering in there for a strike. Now 1-2.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Got it by him for the K. And next to hit for Houston, Victor Caratini. Up the middle, sneaks through, base hit. They get it in quickly, so first and second, now one out.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Gets on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. So first and second with 2 outs. Scott Efros gets the call from the pen.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And that one hammered way back there. Out of here. That was blasted to the moon. It's 7-6.
Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen. Top line. You know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
So the batting order turns over. Kyle Tucker up next for the Astros. And now time is called as there's a visit to the mound. Just talking things over. Nobody getting loose out in the pen. So a little consultation. Looking to get the tying run on base.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
Misses off the inside, and the count is even 2-2. Righty delivers. That misses the zone, and that's ball 3. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And that puts the tying run on base.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield. Took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Digging in, Corey Jolts fights that one away. Still 1-2 with the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. Now a pop-up on the infield. Torres moving under this one, makes the play, and it's out number 3. Now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Josh Hader. Well, one-run game, Oswaldo Cabrera stepping in now for the Yankees. Part of what makes Hader's fastball so unique is that he gets carry on the fastball up in the zone, and yet he grips it like a sinker. So technically his fastball is labeled as a sinker. Caratini hauls it in, and there's one away. And here is Austin Wells.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
And now he'll ask for time and step out of the box. And Hader's been one of the best strikeout pitchers in all of baseball. At the belt and fires. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now he'll turn for second.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now a chance for Anthony Volpe. Man at second. High in the air, out to right. Tucker makes the grab, 2 down. And up next for New York, Juan Soto.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
Hader He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. The pitch.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Into center. Myers drifts towards it, drops into the glove, and the inning is over. Back here in New York, here's the left fielder, Yordan Alvarez. New pitcher for the Yankees, Clay Holmes.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball. We see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
The 1-2. Little dribbler up along third, down the line, and it's foul. Left-hand hitter waits. And that's off the inside edge. The count now 2-2. Trying to check his swing. Appeal to third. No swing. Just held it back there. And a pitch. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. And it is. Caught him looking for the K. Jose Altuve up next for the Astros. Right-hander kicks, deals. Here's a rocket out to left. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in. 2 down. Astros down to their last out. So next up for Houston, Alex Bregman. Just missed.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove on either.
The Astros down to their final strike. Two down, nobody on. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. Got him. And that is the ball game.
A really nice 3-game home series sweep. They came out and, from the first game of this series, really had a determination to play fundamentally sound baseball. They came up with the big hit when they needed it. Pitchers came in. They got the big outs when they needed it. So all the way around, a collective effort that has produced a nice little series sweep.
One-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.